Hello. Today we will discuss the rhetorical situation. The rhetorical situation is simply the situation you find yourself when communicating information you wish to express. This can apply to anything from academic essays to news articles to email and even text messaging. There are four key elements to the rhetorical situation. The writer is the individual creating the content. The text is the content being communicated. The reader is the person receiving the content, and the medium is the manner in which the content is communicated. All four elements are critical in determining how you will write something. When writing, you should ask yourself a few questions. Consider the reason for which you are writing. Is it for a class? Is it to communicate directions to someone driving down the street? Do you feel your opinion on a hot social issue should be heard? Consider how this goal affects the form, content, and medium of the text. For example, if you wish to expose a major industrial polluter, sending a text message to your mother may not be effective. You would likely write a longer article using very formal language. Consider the flexibility in your writing. Do you need to be grammatically correct as possible, or is this something that may be communicated very informally? This will play into how you wish to present yourself to your reader. Your reader is your intended audience. Who are you trying to communicate this information to? What role do you wish them to play? If you are writing about a major social issue, you may want to include a call to action that incites them to perform an act to change the issue. If you simply want to inform the world of research you have done, you may simply want to communicate without emotionally charged rhetoric. Also, consider your reader's expectations. A paper for a professor requires very formal language and an understanding of background information. Your audience determines the language you use. You would write a text message differently to your grandmother than to your best friend because the expectations are different. The text is the content which you are communicating. You should consider the freedom you have in conveying that content. In an academic essay, you may want to use only information learned in class or to bring in new researched information, depending on the professor's expectations. A good tip is to look for examples of what you are trying to write and see what techniques have proven successful or have failed to communicate information well. The medium through which you communicate information is extremely important. You may have more freedom in a text message than on social media because of the audience and available resources. For example, a tweet cannot convey as much information as a TikTok video. Written information must be conveyed differently than in a video or a podcast. You must consider an audience's expectations for the medium you're using. Remember, whenever you read or write, you must consider these four elements in order to determine the techniques involved in making the content successful and communicated well.